All right, hey everyone, this video is primarily going to be for therapists, and this is more of like an announcement video. I recently came across a problem with Aetna billing that I think other people should know about. Now, this is going to be primarily for people who are paneled outside of Alma and Headway and doing your own independent billing, and it's going to be for people who are doing incident to billing. Okay, so now if you're paneled with Aetna and you're doing incident to billing, I ran into this issue where when you submit the claim, so for those of you who don't know, typically when you submit the claim to Aetna, in the rendering provider, that's usually going to be the LMSW or the provisionally licensed therapist, right? It's going to be the rendering provider, right? And technically they're not credentialed with Aetna, and that's usually where they go. And then under the billing provider, if you're doing incident to billing, you're either going to have your organization and your organization NPI number 2 down there, or you're going to have your name, right, as the supervisor with your NPI down there. Underneath the billing provider. So basically there's the rendering provider, there's the billing provider. The rendering is the provisionally licensed therapist, and then the billing provider is either the NPI2, the organization, or you as the supervisor's NPI. Now, most of the time with Aetna, this kind of claim submission works totally fine. However, I've noticed that with Aetna student plans, so when clients have a student plan, so they go to a university and it's the insurance from the university or the school, what they're actually doing, they're processing the claim, but they are processing it as an out-of-network claim. So what they're doing by accident is they're submitting the claims through the rendering provider and not the supervising provider. Now, if you're using something like Simple Practice, this is a problem because the claim comes back totally normal looking, and it will usually come back like a deductible or something like that, but there's no red flag or anything. But I caught this right away. I noticed that clients who were having usually just a copay or like a co-insurance were starting to get deductibles, and it wasn't the start of the new year. So I looked into it, and this was the problem. And it was only with the student health people, the people who had student plans. And when I called up Aetna, I let them know, and they did confirm that they were billing through the rendering provider and not the organization NPI or the supervising NPI, causing an issue. Thankfully, though, when you call, they fix it. So it's not really a big deal. It is annoying to call, but they're able to fix it, and then it comes through totally fine. But this is a bit of an insidious problem because if you're submitting through Simple Practice or Therapy Notes or any other platform, there's no indication that this is a problem. So you might just overlook it. So that's why I wanted to make this video. If you are submitting claims to Aetna, you have clients who are using a health plan from a university or institution, and you're doing incident to billing, make sure you check. Make sure that the claims are coming back and that the client is being billed appropriately, and it's an in-network service, okay? The way you can typically check this is just to make sure, like if you go to your client's charts, make sure it's not like copay, boom, now deductibles all of a sudden. That's how I caught it, by recognizing there were deductibles starting to happen when there was no deductible before. So yeah, I hope this helps you, and I hope that you're able to catch errors early if it's happening to you. And hopefully Aetna will fix this, because I don't like calling Aetna every single time I find this problem. All right, see you in the next video.